Welcome to Shamrock Reddit Stories, where a guy wonders if he's the butthole for letting his girlfriend steal tip money off of the table while on their way out of the restaurant and arguing with his teenage daughter about said girlfriend's behavior. This one is from Buttfluff Triple Aught, and it's called, Am I the butthole for laughing at and embarrassing my brother-in-law in front of the entire family? Okay, my family and in-laws are pretty split about this whole thing, so Hubs suggested this place to see what outside people thought. Yesterday was my sister's engagement party. She's marrying my husband's cousin, funny enough, and she asked to have a party at our house, since we have a huge backyard and she just wanted something simple like a barbecue. I, of course, agreed. The start of the day went well. Everyone from both sides of the family mingled. The grill was going, people congratulated the soon-to-be bride and groom, etc. As everyone was loading their plates up to eat, I noticed my brother-in-law grabbing a plate and I paused, because I swear he looked different than he did when he first showed up. I couldn't pin why at first, but when he sat down at the table, his mother, my mother-in-law, asked him if he'd trimmed his beard. That's what it was. His beard, which had been sort of bushy when he arrived earlier, was now trimmed down and neater. That's when he looked at me and said he hoped I didn't mind, but he used the trimmer we had in the bathroom to freshen himself up. I was confused because my trimmer and my husband's were both in our connected bathroom, which was off limits to guests. But then it hit me. He'd used the cat trimmer I keep in the downstairs bathroom. The one I use to trim my 4 very fluffy cat's butt hair and shave off dingleberries to keep them clean. So I looked up dingleberry, and apparently it is a small piece of dried poop that's sticking to the anal hair of a human or an animal. So, ew! I must have looked just as shocked as I felt, because Hubs asked what was wrong. I ignored him and asked brother-in-law if he meant he'd used the small white trimmer that had been in the back of the bottom drawer of the bathroom cabinet. Brother-in-law flushed a little at being outed for going through our cabinets, I guess, and huffed, but confirmed yes, that one. And y'all, I lost it. I laughed so hard I thought I might choke. Even typing this out now is hard, 'cause just remembering it is making me laugh again. Brother-in-law got pissed and asked what was so darn funny. Without thinking, I just blurted out what the trimmer is used for. Hub started laughing his butt off, followed by just about everyone on my side of the family, and a good chunk of Hub's side was laughing too. At some point during the laughter, brother-in-law got up and called us all buttholes before storming out. Mother-in-law tried scolding me for saying that in front of everyone. Some of Hub's family agreed, but Hubs shushed her and said he shouldn't have gone through our stuff. I feel kind of bad for laughing. I could have pulled brother-in-law aside to tell him instead of blurting it out in front of everybody. Mother-in-law says I should apologize. Am I the butthole? Some edits for clarification. Number 1. My soon-to-be brother-in-law that my sister is going to be marrying is my husband's cousin. The brother-in-law who used the shaver is my husband's actual blood brother. They're 2 totally different men. Sorry for the confusion. Number 2. No, we're not going to be gifting brother-in-law a shaver. That's funny as a joke, but not to actually do. Number 3. Brother-in-law did clean up after himself, save for a few bits that got on the floor. And number 4. And I've decided I'll call brother-in-law tomorrow so that we can talk. Not only are you not the butthole, OP, since you actually can picture in your mind what the trimmer is used for versus your brother-in-law using it to shave his beard, how could you not burst out laughing? You have nothing to worry about. We have a commenter, idkoyo13, who wrote, Oh my God, imagine including a card with paw prints from the cats on it with the trimmer as a gift. Glorious to think about. But I think Dinglebeard would lose it over that. Dinglebeard, oh my God, somebody's so clever. This one is from Throwaway RNW, and it's called, Am I the butthole for tipping $10 on a $300 bill? My 38-year-old girlfriend and I, a 38-year-old male, went out to lunch with my daughter, who's 18 years old. My daughter had previously told me that when we all went out to eat together that she could have sworn that she had seen my girlfriend take cash away from the table after I had tipped and everybody else was heading out and not paying attention. I felt like I needed to give my girlfriend of a year, who I am madly in love with, the benefit of the doubt, since I've never noticed her doing that. There has also been an instance where my girlfriend's sister apologized for her to a flight attendant, and my daughter construed her behavior as being nitpicky and dismissive. I think my girlfriend was just stressed from work. We were at a restaurant where servers are known for quick and attentive service. I wanted to show them that I was grateful for their professionalism, so I wrote down a $65 tip on the tab and specifically brought cash because I know servers prefer cash tips. My girlfriend said she was going to the restroom, and I said I'd go get our car from the valet. My daughter lingered back near the entrance, and when I got the car, I found her arguing with my girlfriend. She told me that she caught her swiping $55 off the table and walking away, and that other diners saw it too. My daughter started saying, "Shame on you, didn't you used to be a waitress?" My girlfriend snapped back that she did, and that she worked her way up and was never entitled. She handed me back the cash and said she felt the tip was excessive. Upscale restaurant didn't mean the server deserves more. What does that even mean, working your way up and never being entitled? I'm so confused. Work your way up to what? Manager? My daughter demanded that one of us go back to tip the waitress enough. I told her that I'm sure that we have already made a small scene, so let's just go. I didn't want to go back and embarrass my girlfriend and make people wonder why there were drastic changes in the tip. So I ended up just telling my daughter that she could have tipped in her place back there. She works as an ACT tutor for classmates. But what's done is done. I don't feel great about it because the waitress seemed to have had only 3 tables in the 2+ hours we were there, but I didn't want to make things worse for my girlfriend. So I hope if she dines here again, she will just tip more next time. Am I the butthole? One commenter states, "Yep, this. Double the butthole. Your daughter did not deserve that, and you still had your stealing girlfriend's back even after you saw that your daughter was right about her. Have you even apologized to your daughter?" And another commenter writes, "Yup. When he said that, I couldn't help but think that OP is with exactly the kind of person he deserves, a butthole. Instead of OP demanding that the girlfriend put the money back or give it to him so he could give it to the server, he acts like his teenage daughter should foot the cost of the theft. Also, I bet my car that the girlfriend was just going to pocket the cash before getting called out. Any decent person wouldn't want to be with someone that treats hospitality people like crap, and this is the 3rd time that we know of." After much discussion, Seamus and I agree that this guy is more of a butthole in training. The longer you stay with this gal, OP, the more of a butthole you're going to be. You mention all these instances when your girlfriend is being a total butthole, taking tip money off the table, being mean to flight attendants and such, and then give lame excuses for her behavior or say that you haven't seen it firsthand, so it must not be credible. You know good and well that these are red flags, but you don't want to admit it to yourself. But by telling on her and even supplying lame excuses, you are looking for support from Redditors to tell you that your behavior is acceptable. Or you are looking for Redditors to tell you what you can't admit to yourself, that you need to dump her. A long time ago, I was complaining to my father about a bad relationship. His response was, "There are worse things than being lonely." That's it for this one, folks. Until next time.